Hi everyone, Lindsay here from Master Track again with another quick tip. Today we're going to be talking about how to run a growth report. So after you have administered a benchmark and you've given some checkpoints, it's time to go ahead and look at the growth within your class and see all the hard work of your students paying off. So in order to run a growth report, we're going to go up to reports. We're going to go down to growth report. We're going to go ahead and click on that. Then we're going to choose which type to run. We're going to run a class report. And I'm going to run it for my class. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press next. Now we're going to decide which type of data we'd like to include. I would like to include my B1 fall benchmark, as well as any checkpoints that I've given. I'm going to click on those. Notice that they're down here. If for some reason you click on something you don't want, you can always remove it right here. After I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press next. Here you'll notice that these are all the growth progression standards that our growth report could show. So you can choose to run it with all of them, which is what I'm going to do today, or you could choose to only run the growth report for specific standards that you want to look at for your class. You'll notice that the progression standards are listed here, so you can really see how that standard begins and kind of where it goes to and how it's assessed throughout your students' math careers. So once I've decided on the data, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press next. Then I'm going to decide my options for my growth report. I always like my report to show the standards. You can show the overall score. I often choose not to because I more want to see specifically how they've grown in specific standards versus their overall score, but that's just a personal preference. You can choose your graph labels. So you could choose percent of students, you could choose the count of students, or the count and percent. I personally like count because I like to know how many students are in each area. Then you decide your layout. I personally like to run it in landscape, and I like to use a little bit of a smaller font so that it just all fits on one page nicely. So I'm going to use size 8. After you've chosen your preferences, you can go ahead and press Generate Report. Now it's going to pop up with a PDF, and you're going to go ahead and click on your PDF and open it on up. And here you can see the growth of your students. So you'll notice that my goal standards are highlighted, so I can really see the areas of focus that we've been working in. And in fact, in those areas, I'm seeing some growth. So you'll notice, for example, in rounding, my benchmark 1 data, and now my checkpoint data seems to definitely show some growth. I now have many more students who have mastered that standard, and I have one less student who is still needing some support in that area. And you can also see that there's been growth here in place value, which was another one of my goals. Down here, if we look at multiplication within 100, you'll notice that I've assessed it on the benchmark, then I've given a checkpoint on it on the 3rd grade standard, but now we've also started working on the 4th grade standard. So now I can see how my students are progressing within that skill. It's a really nice way to be able to look at the growth amongst your students and all the work that they've been putting in so far this school year. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and let us know. We hope you are doing well, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day.